The show is about to begin. Enjoy.
Michael O'Grady e I Creativi.
First concert I ever saw was AC/DC.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Not too bad.
And you're like, okay, I want to do that too.
That's my-
That's what you. Okay.
That's my.
I get. Okay.
That's my aha moment. That's one thing my dad did. Yeah,
That's good.
And I remember he bought, and he didn't. I don't think he knew too much. I mean, my dad. I grew up listening to the radio. Like he had the radio on. We always listened to music and songs and stuff. And he was Beatles and had CDs and albums and whatever. But I never latched on to anything as a kid. But when I was like 12 years old, I think this just happened by chance, where somebody had tickets to see AC/DC at the Gund Arena. And it was on...
Oh wow!
I still
You still have the ticket? Oh my god, that's great.
The ticket right there. Yes, that's right, folks. We had tickets back in the day. We had to present them. And it's the merch memorabilia right here. So it was on April 6, 2001. And I think my dad got tickets, like somebody couldn't go to the show. And it was at the Gund Arena in Cleveland, Ohio.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he goes, hey, I remember vividly. This is a weird, vivid memory I have.
Of course.
By the way, I'm sorry. Did I hijack whatever we were talking about before? Or we're just going on?
I think we're good.
Going. Okay.
Doesn't
and
matter.
Be careful with that microphone. I can hear it. I can hear when you touch it.
I
Yeah. I got to get better equipment. But anyway.
We'll tweak it, don't say anything.
Yeah. Fix it later. Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, my bad. I know Dario knows all the audio stuff. No, so I remember one of these weird, vivid memories as a kid, and I don't remember jack shit most of the time. But so my dad goes, we're going to go to this concert. In like a couple of weeks or whatever it was, this right here. And I remember specifically thinking, and I remember thinking for sure, I don't want to go because I don't want to see my dad's old fart band music. I was a kid. I was like 10 years old. No, I was 12. I'm sorry. I was 12 years old. And this was before classic rock had like a boom at like, in our culture with
you didn't play any guitar, right?
No. I just took. They made me take piano lessons from Sister Mary Shovelface. I hated it. I played a little bit of drums in the school band, and that's all I knew about music, really. Yeah. I mean, I knew the Beatles a little bit, but I didn't really like. And I remember, I think I might have said something to my mom. I think I might have went up to her and been like, "I don't want to go. I don't want to do this," and she was like, "Just go, do something with your father. It'll be fun. You might have fun. You might have a good time. Who knows?" And then all of a sudden, he goes and buys, and I remember I just thought this. I just didn't think, like, your dad's not cool, or your dad does things that are like, he takes you to Home Depot, and you're like, fuck, how long is this going to be? Or he takes you to the bank, and you're like, God, and, because your dad has to run errands, he has to do things. Don't get me wrong, he did do fun things with us. And he bought High Voltage, which is their first album. And he bought Stiff Upper Lip, because in 2001, that's the tour they were promoting. So he bought those two. And then all of a sudden, I just started listening to him. I fell in love with the artwork. I was like, what is this guy on the cover? Like on Stiff Upper Lip, he's a statue going like, ugh. And it's ugly but beautiful. And the High Voltage is like, and you're just like, what is this? He looked like a creature to me. It was weird. I didn't get it. I didn't know what it was, but I was like, there's something here. And I remember listening to High Voltage, that the first time you hear it, it's a long way to the top.
That makes you,
and you're just like, it blows your fucking mind open. And you're just like, this is amazing. And I was confused because I heard the first CD that had Bon Scott, didn't know who that was. And then the second one with Stiff Upper Lip is with Brian Johnson. So I'm like, something sounds different. I don't know what it is. And then we go to the show, and it's at the Gund Arena. And the Gund Arena is like a regular, it's not like Madison Square Garden. It's probably like the size of the Forum or something like that. Yeah. And we were in the nosebleeds. We were like all the way in the back. And I think there was like an opening band, whatever. I don't even remember all of this super well, but I do remember being up there. And I remember the lights go out. People cheered. It was so loud. There was lights everywhere as far as they had the Angus devil horns. You know, that's all you saw. There was no cell phones. And I just hear, and I go, what the fuck is
What's going on?
you feel the first time you feel that in your chest.
Oh, yeah.
That whole thing. And then he runs out to the catwalk, because a lot of times if you've seen AC/DC, they have the catwalk, right? He runs out to the catwalk. The spotlight comes down. He goes out, tips his hat to the audience. The place erupts, goes bananas. It's so loud. And then I hear, tss, 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 bang, da-da-da, da-da.
Boom. That's
It hooked me right in.
Yeah.
My ears rung so loud later that night. And I remember watching the whole show going, oh my God, I know that song. Oh my God, I know that song. I know that song. I know that song. I know that song. It's, dude, their whole set list is the greatest hits.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it took like, 40 years to get there, you're just blown away. And I remember that was that same thing where I was like, oh, I need to find more of these songs. And the first time I heard Highway to Hell, Back in Black, Dirty Deeds, Thunderstruck, The Razor's Edge, just that whole thing.
One after the other one.
And it was just boom, boom,
and they all sound similar and kind of, you know.
They wrote the same song for 40, 50 years.
You know, and everyone is making fun, oh, it's the same chords, you know. Like, yeah, dude, it's so good. It's fine. That big
there's an art to that. If you can write a hit song.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you know what? But you know what's weird is, you ever hear this story? Mutt Lange wanted them to change the pace and the melody of "Shook Me All Night Long."
I did not know that.
He wanted them to do like, "She was a fast machine. She kept a motor," like something like that. He wanted it. He didn't. He's like, it's too. He goes, it's too much words.
No.
He goes, it's too many words. It's not gonna sell. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
The one time Mutt Lange was probably wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very contagious thing when the bug bites you like that. And I was like, that's it.
None.
I'm fucking playing guitar.
Yeah.
And you know what helped? Here's the big thing that helped. One of the nice things about my, I'll wrap up my little story here in a second. We'll get back to you. You're the guest. We need to know about more. I love sorry, I will go back to Italy because I love that. I think that's so fucking cool. You grew up like that. Like, how fucking cool is that? And, but no, the thing is I grew up, and I'm obviously not a big guy, but I was even smaller growing up.
Same.
Way small. I was smallest kid in all my classes. I got picked
me
on
too.
all
way.
the time.
Me
got
too.
picked on all the time.
No way.
Yes.
I look at you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave me my own show. Well, they didn't give it to me. I did it myself. Anyway.
Yeah.
We'll say somebody gave it to me. Somebody gave it to me. But
Yeah, me too. I feel.
my dad goes, "You see that guy out there? He's like 4 foot tall. He's little." Or they're like 5'5". They're not, I didn't think they're only like 5 foot tall or something. And that to me was a huge thing, because I like sports. I'm sort of athletic a little bit, but I wasn't great at them growing up. I was always the smallest kid. Was not that great at baseball.
Sure.
Wasn't good at basketball. Couldn't play football. I would die.
Yeah. But
guitar. I don't need to
Saved
be
you.
a big guy.
Yeah.
He kind of made that a point. He was like, see those guys? They're really little. They're tiny. So to me, it gave me this confidence that I don't give a fuck how tall I'm going to be or how big I'm going to be. I can just play guitar, and that's all that matters. And lo and behold, I got a little bit older and I got a little taller, and then I go back home, and guess what? All those guys who picked on me, I'm bigger than them, or I'm taller than them.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm taller than them, and they're fatter than me.
And they don't play guitar.
But no, and not everybody was like that, but
No.
it just helped with confidence. It was a big game changer.
That's
because
good.
it just made me go like, oh, you don't know what I can do. Like, I can play guitar. And then you move to LA and everybody can play guitar better than you. And you're like, no.